So now we're on to the same spot we left, PFR 311. Okay, and it says here we have to do the make check, and it does not say anything about errors. I got no errors. It says all 160 passed and one test was not run. Okay, I don't see any errors, so we can continue. Say clear, and I think we have to say make install now. Make install. Okay, and let's install the documentation. Make HTML. Okay, takes a second. These libraries are libmpfr .a and mpfr.so. That's what we get out of this. And HTML takes a second or two, but it's good to have. Now we can say make install -html. Okay, that's done. mpfr is done. So we'll say remove mpfr. Okay. And let's move on to section 6.16. 0.4 SPUs. MPC is not a critical check, so we're not going to run that. So we say tar xvf MPC. cd into MPC. Clear. I'm going to say dot configure prefix equals user. MPC is contains library for arithmetic and complex numbers with arbitrarily high precision and correct rounding of the result. Okay, so we need that very much so. Okay, we can say make and make install. We might be able to shave off some time too because we're not running a test suite. I think the test suites are included in the SBU times. So whatever it may be, maybe 0.2 off the build time. Maybe that's the case, I don't know. Let's check our memory. Memory's looking good. 847, 42. Looks good. Looks awesome. But we can expect that just to tank when we hit the next one here, GCC, the mother of all mothers here. This is actually, I think, the highest SBU time. This is the highest SBU time. So like I said, 5 minutes times 53 SBUs would be what, 250, and that's like 265 minutes. So like what, 4 hours or something like that. 4 and quarter hours. So big SBU. Big SBU. So we said make and make install on MPC. MPC is done. Okay, so let's say clear, back up, and let's remove MPC. Should do that verbosely. I always feel unconfident about removing anything that I don't do verbosely. We'll say tar xvf gcc 2 gigs of space here. So I'm going to stop this for a second. Let me type in DFE, see what we got left. SDA 8, I have 8.1 gigs available. That's cool. That's cool. Clear. Let me run my little memory counter again here. Okay. Now, on this GCC here, on this, when it comes up to test, listen, like I said before, just walk away from your computer. Okay. We have to extend the stack in this. Okay, it's going to be very intensive on our memory. Okay. If you have around the same amount of RAM as I do, I would suggest that you do that. Okay, even if you don't, if you have 4 gigs of RAM, just because it's going to keep chewing. It's like acid, man. Just walk away from your computer, okay, and go do something else just for these couple hours here. Because if not, say, you would hate for GCC to catch an error while you're doing something like checking Facebook or looking at YouTube. You would hate for GCC to catch the error instead of it crashing YouTube. Okay, so don't I would not take the risk of something so important. Okay, but you'll definitely notice your machine will be like it's moving through mud. Um, for example, I think I moved my mouse around, and it took at least 1 minute to move my mouse from one side of the screen to the other side, but it didn't move smoothly at 1 minute either. It inched itself, like every 15 seconds it would kind of inch itself across the screen, so this is very intense, very intense. So, GCC 472. First thing we have to do is do a sed substitution. So we have to say sed I and replace install to underscore $. Install underscore dest space, throw in another one there. Okay. We say sed I install to underscore $, install dest, and lib liberty makefile.in. Okay. Let me say sed I to replace build underscore info equals info with build underscore info equals nothing. Okay. ngcc configure script. Check that. Build info equals info, and replace it with build info equals nothing. Good. Control Control Tab. Pull this down a little bit, and apply the following. Set to force the build to use FMIT frame pointer compiler flag in order to ensure consistent compiler builds. Okay. So we'll do that. Say clear case backticks uname dash m space in I question 86. Okay, sed dash I. We want to say s and caret t underscore c flags space equals $, with n dash f omit frame pointer. Okay, ngcc makefile.in double semis. Let's check that. Sed I, we're going to say replace caret tc flags space equals $, with and f omit frame pointer. Okay, and gcc makefile.in. Let's close it. Case backwards. Okay, and we have to issue another sed, which will say sed IE. Let's say auto gen with D. Okay, let's say E check dot shd. Say space fix includes makefile.in. Let's check it. Sed IE autogen D, good, and E check dot shd fix includes, good. Okay, let's make a directory or build directory. Make dir backup. We'll call it gcc build. Okay, and we'll cd back up into gcc dash build. Okay, Control Control Tab, hold it down a little bit. Configure script is not as bad as it was making the tools, so we'll just run it. We'll say gcc 472 configure prefix equals user lib executable directory will equal user lib libxec dir equals user lib. I'm going to say enable shared. Okay. Enable threads. Enable threads equals POSIX. Okay. Enable underscore underscore CXA underscore at exit. Okay. Let's check it and see if our syntax is lining up here. I over the T and exit is true. Good. Enable, enable, good. Okay. And we'll say enable locale equals GNU. U over I and GNU. Good. And we'll say enable languages equals C, comma C plus plus space new line. Good. And we'll say disable multi-lib, disable bootstrap, and we need to say with system dash zlib. Okay. Okay, let me see. A new line. Let's check this out before we roll. Say enable shared threads CXA. Enable shared threads CXA. Enable locale equals GNU languages. Enable locale equals GNU and languages. Disable multi-boot and bootstrap. It's true. With zlib, it's true. Does it line up? Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. We'll line up. Okay. And let's pull this down a little bit. Alright, so we say let's trying to figure out how I'm gonna schedule out this video here. We have the configure's done. Okay, the next thing we have to do is run make. Okay, and I'm not gonna run that yet. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to make a smaller video on the next one back through. I'm gonna do a make. The make's gonna take a while, maybe I don't know, upwards of say an hour or so. But then in between time too, the make's gonna stop, and you have to, like it says here in this section, this test suite for GCC is considered critical. Do not skip it under any circumstances. Okay. One set of tests in GCC test suite is known to exhaust the stack. Okay, it's your memory. Right? So increase the stack size prior to running the test. Okay, so that's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a make. I'll come back. I'll have a little 1-minute video. Okay, of ulimit unlimiting the stack here, and then do a make k check, and then run for cover again because it's just gonna suck all my resources out. All right. So I'm gonna issue a make, and it's gonna be like I don't know, lighting a fuse on something, trying to get out of here because it's gonna get crazy. All right. So there you go. I'll see you in the next one.